Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So Wild Arena is live. It's live on all the realms. You can play it right now. I've been playing quite a bit of it on all the different servers as it was being released. And I want to give you guys basically a bit of a head start on what's going on so you guys can get a little bit better, faster than everyone else on average, and get some decent results while you're there. So, first things first, Hearth Arena does work. Obviously, they don't have a lot of statistics yet, so it's going to be a little bit inaccurate, but it's basically going to be much better than your memory of how good these cards are. So make sure you get the Hearth Arena Overwolf overlay, as I have in my drafting. They have a lot of statistics over time, so while it might not be 100% accurate, it's pretty close. So you'll get a pretty good idea of the individual cards that work and those that don't. Now, in terms of the whole theme of what's going on in Wild Arena, I think there's quite a bit less strategy. Now, I'm pretty thankful that Arena is standard, now that we have Wild Arena as a temporary measure. I do have to say that I think Wild Arena is overall a little bit worse for experienced players because you just don't play around things. Now, when Standard Arena came into play, it was a bit of a concern that almost every card was not worth playing around because the card pool was so large, having any one specific answer was extremely unlikely. And, you know, we've had Standard Arena for a while now, and since that time we've added quite a bit to the card pool, and that is true right now more than ever. And when you're playing a game mode where you shouldn't play around anything, there's only two types of decks that really work. And I got this just so you guys know where this is coming from. People who get to high win. So if you're playing at like 9-0, you're playing against other people who are 9-0. Now, if there's no one queuing at 9-0, you might queue against someone who's like 9-1, 8-0, something like that. So I've got to high wins because I played all day. I watched some other people play as well, and this seemed to be a pretty good trend of things. So at high wins, the decks that have survived all the way up and are doing really well are one of two things. They're either extremely good zoo decks or they're extremely good anti-aggro decks. Those are the two things that work in an environment where people don't play around specific answers and cards. Really strong, proactive early game cards are very valuable, and any form of board clear. We're talking about any form of board clear. One damage to everything is like Whirlwind is a really good card, right? But Warrior's probably not. So with that in mind, because in Arena, you don't always get what you want, the best classes are going to be those that can do both of those things very well. So if you can be a really good control deck and you can be a really good tempo/zoo deck, that's kind of the class you want to be leaning towards. So Mage can do that very well, Paladin can do that very well, Warlock can do that pretty well, Priest struggles on the aggressive side, but is particularly good on the control side, so, you know, it's alright. I'd probably stay away from Shaman because it struggles to do both of those things better than other classes. Hunter has a very good offense game, but a very poor defense game, so, you know, sometimes you might just get some of those control hunter cards, and those are not going to be very useful this time around. Rogue is quite good, so you guys kind of get the idea here. If you think you can draft a good control deck and also draft a good zoo deck, that is a pretty strong pick in Arena. If I had to guess, it seems like Paladin and Mage are really strong right now. I don't know, maybe another class is best, but those are the good ones. Classes that struggle to have a really good aggro or really good control decks, or both of those things, I would stay away from. Like Druid, I don't know about that. So that's kind of the idea. And in general, as Typically with Arena, you start off your draft by selecting cards that are valuable, cards that are just really good by themselves, which again, it's important to pick the classes that get these very powerful options. With, I would say, an extra emphasis on board clears and board removal options. Those are just so invaluable right now. Even if you're playing an aggressive deck, you can't always win the early game. So having, like if you're playing a Zoo deck, having a Hellfire in your Zoo deck, it's actually really good because you might not win the early game every time. And when you don't, you have that option. If your opponent doesn't, you have a 1-up on them. So that's kind of the idea. And I wanted to highlight a game today that really shows how cutthroat the Zoo/control game is in Arena right now. I played what I think is the heaviest anti-aggro deck I have ever seen playing Arena at 9-0. So the fact that it got there and the fact that this was not a unique thing in this wild experiment, yeah, basically tells the tale that I've been preaching here. So check out Wild Arena. I believe they're going to do another reset at the end, so make sure you end at 2 losses on a existing Arena run. I believe the Arena run's at the end of this event. I think it's sometime in March. It's almost a 1-month long event. Those Arena runs are going to get canceled. You're going to get a free ticket and your rewards as you did at the start of this one. So make sure you're doing that. Have some fun. And honestly, if you don't normally play Arena, but you actually like this Wild Arena, I guarantee you will like Standard Arena a lot more. So even though I feel this Wild Arena mode is actually worse, I think it'll serve as a good measure to introduce people to actual Arena mode because, well, it's better. And now there's a lot of people playing, so the difficulty has dropped a little bit. So that's what's up. Check it out. Enjoy the game, and I'll see you guys.
Okay, well, both these cards are stupid as fuck, so I guess I'll just keep them. Oh! People made software that disables it. Okay. You can dislike it all you want, but the other browsers are built on it. It doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, that sucks. Seeing these shitty cards at 9-0 basically proves that Arena's all aggro right now. All of it. Control is dead. Yep. 9-0 double Arcane Explosion, guys.
The first wish is free. The sun has set for me.
Well, Arcane Explosion is not a good card, but my point is it goes to show just how insanely aggressive Arena is right now. That a guy who actually has multiple Arcane Explosions is at 9-0. Wow, that's pretty damn lucky. Okay. Pretty good.
As you desire. Drink the power. I can taste the mana.
That's really not that good.
As you desire.
Clears.
I don't need any of you. You will be
freed from the curse. What you want?
Getting 6 is a little optimistic.
For me! Is this the fishing tournament?
Win's a win. Missed Mark. I know, guys. I know.
The first wish is fear.
Reporting for duty. None may steal our secrets.
Punished. Oh, like I missed 9 damage. I guess. Like me. That could have happened. Really? Okay. Just clear the board, 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 take your stuff, clear the board. And then 2 Kabbalists, so just probably win off of that somehow.
This power is...
Oh my fucking god.
It's clobbering time. Reporting for duty.
Hostile entity detected.
Reporting for duty.
Maybe he'll be out of really good cards now, right? Right? Wrong. Oh, he had one in his hand, so he might have up to 3. I guess we know what, he has at least 2. At least 2, I guess.
One day, I'll be a real knight.
Oh, that's a good draw.
Reporting for duty. Will be purged.
Well, I'll be out of cards soon. That's all I got, though.
Some still
Nice, I'll get to know myself then. Oh, fuck.
None may steal our secrets. I'm almost out of cards. Yes, sir.
I drew 10 cards more than him, and I don't have enough things right now. Just gonna get outvalued. Lane Strike? Might as well. Oh, more card generation. His entire hand is generated right now, guys. All of it.
The makers.
Okay. Oh, Holy Wrath is literally a dead draw.
I'm out of cards.
Just does nothing. Yeah. Oh no. I'd rather not counter it right now.
You gotta pay up.
The brain buys you no rest.
Of course.
I spin the strand.
Firelands. Why not? Dude, that was so ridiculous. That may have been as close to constructed as I've ever seen.